Hello everybody, thank you so much for pressing play on my video. My name is Charlene Luciano from stampwithshar.com and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the US. You guys are going to want to grab your catalogs because I'm going to go through the catalog. I had some printer issues, but I managed to print out the retiring list. And let me tell you, there's 12 pages. And if you're like me, you like to see it on the paper as opposed to like this. You like to see the pictures. And so I'm going to go through the catalogs with you quickly and let you know what has retired. So we are going to start with the Occasions catalog. And in the Occasions catalog, the Picture Perfect Party cardstock pack is retiring. The Stampin' Spots are retiring. The Picture Perfect Designer Series paper is retiring. The binder clips are retiring. We have this bundle, which is the picnic bundle, is retiring. This is sticking around. You just won't be able to get the 10%. So you'd have to purchase separate. So if this was something that you were thinking about getting, you may want to purchase it now so you can save that 10%, because after May 31st, you cannot purchase this as a bundle. So the party hat is retiring. The birthday wit is retiring. We have the Sweet Soiree decorative masks. Those are retiring. The embellishment kit is retiring. The card pack is retiring. The ready shreds are retiring. And the Designer Series paper is retiring. But the embossing folder, the boxes, that's all staying. The twine and the berry burst, that's all sticking around. This stamp set is sticking around. I'm super happy about that. But the card kit itself is retiring. We have these mini embroideries. Those are retiring. I'm so sad. This little box and the stamp set, the bundle, this is retiring. The glitter flakes are retiring. The Designer Series paper is retiring. I'm super sad about that. Those vinyl stickers are retiring. The card pack is retiring. This Heart Happiness is retiring. The Love You Still is retiring. So the petal palette is sticking around. Again, you just won't be able to get the 10%. The embellishments are retiring. The organza ribbon is retiring. The Designer Series paper is retiring. And yeah, the bundle price. The Memories and More card pack, the Petal Passion, that's retiring. The cafe, the Charming Cafe is retiring. The bundle, that's retiring. This is sticking around. The Beautiful Day, the Brushos are sticking around. This bundle is retiring. So the stamp set and the framelits are sticking around. You just won't get it as a bundle price. Everything on this page has retired. So the Tutti Frutti, the Stampin' Spots, the Designer Series paper, the punches, the card pack, the washi tape, everything on here is retired. The Pink Pirouette, those are retiring in the Stampin' Blends. This bundle price for the bubbled over is retiring. You can still purchase the framelits and the stamp. It just won't be a bundle. So again, if that's something you were looking at, which I just got, you may want to get it at the bundled price. The glitter and clear proxy shapes are retiring. The stamp set and framelits are retiring. The friendship is retiring. The in the trees is retiring. Oh my goodness, I'm so sad about this. The entire Myths and Magic, this whole bundle suite is retiring. Now, I just purchased this, but I've got 2 little boys, so for me, I'm glad I got this. I will keep this in my private stash for when I need to make something for my kids or a party, so this for me is great. But everything in here is all retiring. The hedgehogs are sticking around. The We Must Celebrate is retiring. The Hello Easter is retiring. Flying Home is retiring. The Sweet Little Something is retiring. That little bunny, it's retiring. We have the Fortune to Know You, that's retiring. The birds are retiring. The barn door is sticking around. You just won't be able to get the bundled price. So if that was something you were looking at, get it now before May, the end of May. Everything is retiring except for the punch, the tailored tag punch, and the True Gentleman buttons. But the stamp set's retiring. The markers, the designer series paper, card pack, and the Night of Navy, the ribbon is retiring. So we have A Mother's Flair, that's retiring. The Dad Jokes is retiring. This is sticking around, but you won't be able to get the bundled price. This is sticking around. These are sticking around. And then the Host stamp sets are retiring. So that's for the occasions. Now I'm going to go through the annual catalog quickly. There's a lot to go through as well. So this is retiring. The Lovely Today. This is retiring. The Oh Happy Day card kit is retiring. The Hello Friend is retiring, and the card kit. The vinyl stickers are retiring. The designer series paper is retiring. The card pack is retiring. And the tassels are retiring. We have the bundle is retiring, so you won't be able to get the bundled price, but this is sticking around. The bundled price on the orchid one is retiring, but the product itself is sticking around. The Grown with Love is retiring. We have the Flirty Flowers, which is retiring. We have the Badges and the Banners, which is retiring, as well as the Coordinating Punch. The Ready to Pop is retiring. The Label Me Pretty is retiring. I think the punch is sticking around. It's just the stamp. The Flower Shop is retiring, as well as the Coordinating Punch. This is sticking around. The Coffee Cafe bundled price is retiring, but the stamp and the framelits and that are sticking around. The card pack is retiring. The designer series paper is retiring. The Soft Sky ribbon is retiring. These are sticking around. The Banners for You, I think, is sticking around. I think I marked that incorrectly, but I think it's sticking around. No, I think that's retiring. I will let you know. I will have everything over on my website, a list, so you can go over there and have a look at the list. But like I say, the lists are 12 pages long. I mean, it's a lot. But I will have the list over on my website. Going Far is retiring. The Happy Celebrations is retiring. I'm super sad about this. I love this stamp set. The embossing folders that go with it is also retiring. The Guy Greetings is retiring. Teeny Tiny Wishes is retiring. One Wild Ride is retiring. We have the So Many Shells retiring. Oh, I'm super sad. We have the Pieces and Patterns retiring. I love this stamp. We have the Designer Series paper retiring. The card pack and these paper clips are retiring. The Pick a Pattern washi tape is sticking around. Retiring. You're So Sweet. The Pop of Paradise is retiring. This is sticking around. The tabs, you just can't get the bundled price. So I love this as well. The You Deserve This is retiring. The Marquee Messages is retiring. The Quirky Critters is retiring. Layering Love is retiring. You've Got Style is retiring. All of these are sticking around. I don't have any of these, to be honest. We have this sticking around. This is sticking around. The Message in a Bottle is retiring. The Seaside Shore is retiring. I would like this. I don't have it, but I would like it because I'm surrounded by water. The Window Shopping stamp is retiring, but the framelits are sticking around. You won't be able to get the at-home bundled price. This is sticking around. So the ribbon is sticking around. It's the Designer Series paper retiring, the card pack, the Memories and More, everything else is sticking around. The beverage bar is retiring. The mixed drinks is retiring. The texture later is retiring. The Glampo Greetings is retiring. The What's of Occasion is retiring. This Pocketful of Sunshine is sticking around. You just won't be able to get the bundled price. World's Best Trophy is retiring. We have Great Big Greetings, which is retiring. This whole page, everything on here is retiring. Everything. We have the Birthday Blooms, which is retiring. The Happiest of Days, which is retiring. The Milestone Moments, which is retiring. We have the Celebrate You. We have the Big on Birthdays. I love this stamp, which is retiring. Super Duper is retiring. The Confetti Celebration is retiring. The 5 for All is retiring. So the Designer Series paper is retiring. You will not be able to get the bundled price. These bows are retiring. The Sprinkle of Life is retiring. I can't believe this made it over. I do like this. I used to be a cake decorator. The Birthday Blooms is retiring. The Celebration Time is retiring. The stamp set and the coordinating thinlits are retiring. I'm super sad. I must say I've had this for a while and I've only used it like once or twice. The Cool Treats are retiring. The Sweet Cupcake is retiring. So the Lots of Love is retiring. The Designer Series paper is retiring. And the card pack is retiring. All the ribbon is sticking around. The embossing folder, the sequins trim, and the clips are all sticking around. Bloom and Love is retiring. The Always and Forever is retiring. The bundle is retiring, but this is sticking around. We have the Beautiful Bouquet is retiring. The Weather Together is retiring. This paper is retiring. The ribbon is retiring. And the bows are retiring. This ink pads They have changed the ink pad. Stampin' Up has done a color revamp. So a lot of the colors are changing. I did post yesterday on my website about it. So if you go and look there, I will also have it linked in the description below about the different colors. Amazing. So the bundled price for the Ribbon of Courage is retiring. The Here For You is retiring. The You've Got This is retiring. Everything on this page is retiring. So everything on this page is retiring except the ribbon. The bookcase is retiring. Little One is retiring. Moon Baby is retiring. The bundle price for A Little Wild is retiring. This is sticking around. The No Bones About It is sticking around. Again, I love this. I have boys, so this for me is awesome. I will keep this personally in my personal stash. The enamel shapes are retiring. I'm super sad about that. Everything is retiring except this wreath. The stitch shapes are sticking around. The ribbon's sticking around. The Oh What Fun is retiring. The Father Christmas is retiring. Peace This Christmas is retiring. Flurry of Wishes is retiring. Santa's Sleigh. The Hollyberry and the Punch is retiring. The Hang Your Stocking is retiring, as well as the framelits. The Christmas Pines are retiring, as well as the coordinating thinlets. The Seasonal Bells is retiring, as well as the Punch. Vintage Leaves, the Sweet Home is retiring, as well as the thinlets. Basket of Wishes is retiring. So the paper is retiring, the card pack is retiring, and the bundled price is retiring, but everything's sticking around. The Paisleys and Posies are retiring, as well as the framelits. One Big Meaning is retiring. So the bundled price for the Oh So Eclectic is retiring. The paper's retiring. The ribbon's retiring. The card pack's retiring. And the overlays are retiring. But the stamp and framelets and thinlets are sticking around. Watercolor Wings is retiring. The Watercolor Words is retiring. Lovely as a Tree is retiring. Blooms and Wishes is retiring. Remarkable You is retiring. The Swan Lake is retiring. The bundle price for this is retiring for the Colorful Seasons. The Designer Series paper is retiring, as well as the ribbon, the enamel shapes, the card pack, the overlays, all retiring. Butterfly Basics is retiring. I'm sad to see this. I like this stamp set. Home Life is retiring. The Work of Art is retiring. The Awesomely Artistic is retiring. Sorry, it's hard to see for the glare of my camera, and I'm standing as well. Wherever You Go is retiring. The In This World is retiring. Oh my goodness, Garden in Bloom is retiring. Love that. Lovely Inside Out is retiring, as well as the Coordinating Thinlets is retiring. This is sticking around. Everything here except the bundled price. Paint Play is retiring. Sad to see that go. Painter's Palette is retiring. Oh, I'm so sad about this one. The Rose Wonder as well as the Thinlets are retiring. On the backgrounds, we are losing the Dahlia. We're using the brush stroke. We're losing the watercolor wash as well as the diagonal stripes. Everything else is sticking around. Over here, we're using the designer series paper, the just add text, and all the ribbon. So pretty much everything over here is retiring. All this page is retiring, everything on here. Retiring, as well as the thinlits. This is retiring, as well as the thinlits. The Wild About Flowers is retiring, and the Orange Blossom is retiring. The Feather Together is retiring. Oh my goodness, this one is very sad. I'm very sad about this one. I will definitely keep this because numbers in your craft space I feel are important, especially because of birthdays. So for me, this one will stay in my personal stash. I will not get rid of it. I suggest you snag this, as well as the framelits that go along with it, because let me tell you, this is amazing. Oh, this is sticking around. Alright, then we have colors that are retiring. So all obviously the 2016 and 18 colors are retiring. In the Regals, we are retiring Always Artichoke, we're retiring the Elegant Eggplant, the Island Indigo, Perfect Plum, and the Rose Red. In the neutrals, the Chocolate Chip is retiring. In the brights, we are losing the Tangerine Tango and the Tempting Turquoise. Now there are some awesome new colors, so don't be alarmed. In the subtles, we are losing Marina Mist, one of my favorites. My whole website is based on that color. We're losing Pink Pirouette, Soft Sky, Wild Wasabi, and Wisteria Wonder. Water. So we are losing all this designer series paper except for the wood that is sticking around. All the designer series paper we're losing. All the Memories and More card packs are retiring. We are losing the 12 by 12 basic black cardstock, that's retiring. We're losing all the glimmer paper, that's retiring. We're losing the delicate white doilies. We're losing the metallic foil doilies, and we're losing the fabulous foil designer acetate. That's all retiring. We are losing the 6 by 17 gusseted cellophane bags. Those are retiring. We are also retiring the basic packs, the washi tape 1, 2, and 3. The picker pattern is sticking around. The gold binder clips are retiring. The paper clips are retiring. All this is retiring. The stickers, the card overlays, the white accents. I just got myself a pack of this too because I figured I could color them with my blender pens. Oh no. I can't believe they're getting rid of the enamel shapes. I love those. I can't begin to tell you how many times I randomly put those on cards when I make a boo-boo. The glitter shapes are retiring. The enamel shapes are retiring. The pearls are retiring. The bows are retiring. The mini tassels are retiring. The balloons, honeycombs are retiring. And then these two bottom ones are retiring. The bitty bows and the glitter acrylic shapes are retiring. Oh my goodness. So the 1/8 inch ribbon, the gold and the silver, is retiring. We are losing the smoky slate gingham ribbon. The Brushing Bride double stitch ribbon, the Island Indigo ombre ribbon, the natural trim, both in the gold and the silver, is retiring. All the satin ribbon is retiring. All the stitched edge ribbon is retiring. We are retiring the metallic thread, the black. I love that. I don't know why they would retire that. All the finely woven ribbon is retiring. The stitched shape ribbon is retiring. All the crinkled ribbon is retiring. All the baker's twine is retiring. And then in the solid baker's twine, we're losing the crushed curry and the pool party. We are getting Stays On ink back, which is awesome. Memento is staying. We are losing the craft ink. That's the white craft ink. That's retiring. I think there's something else coming out, which I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to wait and see. We are retiring the archival, the black and the gray. They are retiring the gold and the silver glitter. They are retiring the many, many marvelous markers, the entire collection, as well as the color caddy. I'm very sad about, but I guess with the new stamps, the new design, they don't fit into this color caddy, which is understandable. And then, of course, the fast fuse, that is retired. Everything else is staying. For the punches, we are losing the best badge. That's retiring. The ticket tear border is retiring. The bow builder is retiring. The pansy is retiring. The bell is retiring. The 1/16 handheld circle punch is retiring, as well as the 1 3/8 inch circle punch is retiring. Tree builder punch is retiring. The Holly Berry is retiring. On the embossing folders, we are losing the Celebration Duo. We're losing the Holly. And then we're losing the Sweetheart, the Fluttering, and the Brick Wall, which I'm surprised about the Brick Wall, which is retiring. And then for the framelets and thinlets, we are losing the Popcorn Box, retiring. Mini Treat Bag is retiring. The Home Sweet Home is retiring. Birthday Friends is retiring. Bold Butterflies is retiring. The Celebration Thinlets is retiring. The Frozen Treats are retiring. The Cupcake is retiring. The Garden Grown is retiring. This was all by itself, and that is retiring. And then the leaf framelets are retiring. The Sweet and Sassy framelets are retiring. I can't believe it, but it is what it is. As well as the lots of labels. I'm sad about that, but I'm sure Stampin' Up has something else. I'm sure I'll get over it. We're losing the Lovely Laurel. That's retiring. The Move Me Thinlets are retiring. The Santa Sleigh is retiring. The Umbrella is retiring. The Welcome Home is retiring. Butterfly Thinlets are retiring. The Large Number Framelets are retiring. The Bloomin' Hearts are retiring. And the Christmas Stockings are retiring. The Detail Santa is retiring. The Paisleys are retiring. The Rose Garden is retiring. I think this is retiring, but I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. The Stamp-A-Majig is retiring, obviously, because they've designed now the new Stamparatus, or Stamparatus, whatever you want to call it. But so that is retiring. And then all the host sets are retiring. And this one on the very back page, that's also retiring. So a lot. I will have these over on my website. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you did enjoy this, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. That way you won't miss my next video. If you're in the US and you're interested in purchasing anything and getting that 10%, go on over to my website. I will have a few things linked down in the description below. And yeah, I do post projects every weekday to inspire you, so I hope you'll go and head on over there. This is the longest video I've ever done, but I had to get this out. Again, if you like me, you like to see it visually as opposed to trying to go through the list and mark off the pages and stuff. This was giving me a headache. True story. My mom's visa, she went yesterday for her interview and she got her visa, so we are super excited about that. that. So yeah, everything, yeah, is going according to plan. We were a little nervous because we thought she wasn't going to get it, but she did get it. Yay. Anyway, that's it for me today. Take care.